Feel free to join if you want. What's up to you? There you go. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the mid-July, late July version of Topic Time with Harrison Young. We're more than halfway past the midpoint of July, and I had a little heat stroke the other day, but I'm okay now, and we're going to have a great show tonight. The weather's beautiful out tonight. You couldn't ask for a better evening. So I got my underwriters first. Got to get to them, and then we'll get right to the show. So here we go. We have a few new ones. We got Baking with Joy. It's a little bake shop in Rockland where they make confections. It's beautiful, okay, and very tasty food. We got New Cuts and Styling, also in Rockland, and we got Stream Hut full tech support and free installation, also in Rockland, the exact same address for those two businesses. We got Good Old Dave's Automotive in Hanson and Route 58. We got Angels Auto Parts in Plimpton, where they pay top dollars for used car and junk. We got Craft Barbering in Pembroke. We got a new one in Pembroke. Have to have it. Pembroke's #1 gift store in Pembroke. And we got Good Old Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Company in Abington News in Abington. And they have stores in locations in Abington, Weymouth, Hanson, Whitman, Pembroke, and Hanover. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now we will start the show, get to the guest. So this young lady here, very pretty lady, this is Jenna Davis. I'm not really sure what she said something about nightlife. We're going to cover that. She models a little bit. She did a music video the other day, and we're going to look at that. We don't have to look at it, but we're going to talk about that and elaborate on that and pretty much what she does. I don't mind when I have a guest that looks like this, that I'm not 100% sure what she does, and I'm like a detective piecing together clues, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. But first, Jenna, thank you for coming in and being on Topic Time tonight.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
It is an honor to have you here. Okay, well, what exactly would you say you do then? Are you an actress? You said you're not an actress. I asked you before we started, but you look like you could be. But you do. What was that? All right, let's start with the video. What was that video? I shared it the other day.
So that video was it was not really a photo shoot, but
okay.
We were going back to a concept that we had worked on a few years prior to that. He just wanted to revisit it. But
you're talking about you and the producer of the video, right?
Yeah.
His name is Lee. Bob Lee, is that
Rob
it?
Lee, yeah.
Bob Lee, cool, okay.
Because,
feel free to give him all the credit you want.
Facebook page is Lee Visuals.
Okay.
He's super talented. He used to do photography, then moved on to videography.
Okay.
So that's where the Sunday thing came from. Any image coming from that is a still from the videos that he took. We didn't do any photos.
Okay.
So it's actually awesome.
Did you just do this the other day?
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday, right.
Yep.
Because, it's funny, as I mentioned, I had a heat stroke the other day. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I was out promoting my show, getting these underwriters, and I felt great. And all of a sudden, I'm driving along, and I'm thinking I'm going to go take a walk in the woods. And suddenly it hit me, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm dizzy and lightheaded. I hope I survive this. And I didn't listen to the warnings of the weather people. This stuff is dangerous. Be careful. And I better go home and cool off. And I even had the AC on. So that having been said, the video that you shot, you were outside in the woods, and it looked very nice. The weather looked perfect. It looked like it was sunny. But were you holding an umbrella?
I was.
Okay, explain that, would you?
So it's
prevent
recreating rain.
Sunstroke, right?
No, we were recreating rain. So my boyfriend actually was on the side of that set the whole time holding a hose.
Okay, what was he doing there?
Basically hosed me down.
Hosing you, okay.
Yeah, he was the one.
Were you outside or inside doing the video?
We were outside.
You were outside,
yep.
Okay.
On that hot 100-degree day.
That's what I'm going to say. It was the hottest day of the weekend. Yeah. Wow.
I was lucky enough to be chilled down with a hose.
There you go. The hose of love,
all for the sake of art.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Well, so all right. So now elaborate on what that was. You were making rain effect. Was that hose wasn't part of it though? That was just to keep you from frying.
Oh no, that was to create the rain effect.
Oh okay,
yeah.
It was. Okay, so he was participating by hosing you down to create the rain effect.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I saw the rain, but it looked very pretty. The aesthetics around you were great.
Mm-hmm. In the stills, you can see the rain a lot better.
No, okay, no,
yeah.
I saw it and I shared it. We get a lot of views for it. So what exactly are you going to do with that? What are they going to do with the video? What's the next step with that thing?
I know he's planning on creating a longer video.
Okay.
Of what we got and I've gotten more images back from that as well.
Okay.
So the point of it was to recreate the concept we worked on a few years ago, just being stuck out in the rain and the cold, pretty much.
Okay, it was
Or
pretty
give
hard to do that when you got 95 degrees and a dew point of 200. But the creative people can do it all, no
I
matter
guess
what.
that's where the acting comes in, I guess.
Exactly. Okay.
He's also trying to convince me to get more into acting as well. So
Well, you should.
Not yet, but
as long as we're
getting
talking,
there.
as long as we're on the subject of acting, I always I always try to give advice to my guests that'll help
Mm-hmm.
them out. Now, you should you should try to audition for stuff because you're going to have more stuff going on for you if you're more multifaceted. You're going to have more opportunities. You want to roll more stuff into your resume, and then you'll have more opportunities down the line.
yeah.
And you look good in the film. You have that like young girl, famous, adolescent, late adolescent, early 20s look, which is I know your age. I know you're older than early 20s, but
Thank you.
Nevertheless, no, you definitely don't look your age. Well, you're still young, but you look younger than your actual age, I'd say. So, that having been said, you could probably pull it off, but you have to go for it. You have to go out and do some auditions. All right. Well, so talk about what you do in general then. What exactly? You said something about nightlife. Go ahead. And we're going to talk about your past as a child and how you got to where you're at. But let's talk about your present first, and then I'll work my way back.
With the nightlife, so I do a lot of work with Rabbit Revolution. They're a small production company based out of Boston.
Okay.
So
What kind of production? Film?
no, nightlife.
What is
so
it? I mean, okay.
sound. We throw events.
Oh, events.
Parties.
I see what you mean. You
Yeah, so-
promote stuff. I
So
got you.
I've done promotions with them. I've danced for them. I have done creative installations, art installations,
Okay.
collaborations with other people amongst it. One of my really good friends, Sarah, actually, me and her did an interactive art installation for one
Okay.
of the events. So we also work with other groups like Cicada, Flight 617. They're also Boston-based groups.
Okay.
And we just come together as a team and we build stuff. We do staging, lighting, everything. I pretty much do it all except sound and music.
I understand. So
So-
basically, you're artistic. You create images. You do murals and things like that, or you
I haven't done a
build
mural
furniture?
yet, but I want to.
Okay. Well, how talented are you artistically? Have you drawn or painted anything that you consider pretty or worth maybe
yes.
selling?
Actually, back in March, me and my friend, she designs clothes.
Okay. Clothes,
Acquired
right?
Taste
Yep.
Apparel.
Okay.
She's amazing. She
Cool.
does like bodysuits and everything.
All right.
And I'm a tall person. I have a long torso. So if I need a bodysuit, I'm better off going to her than having a breakdown in a changing room.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
nothing fits right unless I get it from her.
Okay.
But so me and her did a collaboration. I painted masks. She made bodysuits, and I made an actual floral ring
Okay.
that I did out of cardboard and paint.
Okay.
So we got it published in Vegas Runway magazine.
All right. So you created something that was on a magazine. Was this a cover of a magazine?
It wasn't the cover, but we got a spread.
You got a spot. That's great. Okay. So do you design clothes too, or do you like do abstract designs that might appear on clothes if somebody likes them?
I'm down
Hopefully.
with that.
What's that?
I'm
No,
down with that,
But have
but,
you done that? Is what I'm asking.
No, I haven't. I'm more it's for the nightlife is where I more get into like the hands-on creative stuff where we're creating pretty much putting together costumes,
Okay.
masks. I've decorated hats to
I see what you're saying. So you're basically a Halloween go-to girl, correct?
Yeah.
Something like that. I got it. Okay, that's cool. Now we're getting a little bit more into it. Excuse me. So talk about your childhood. What were you like as a kid? Where'd you grow up, and how did it lead to what you're doing now? I ask all my guests that.
So I grew up in a small town in upstate New York called Athens. It's
Okay.
considered a village.
Cool.
You can drive through in under a minute doing the speed limit.
Wow.
So from welcome sign to exit sign. So very small
I don't think
town.
is it on Route 7? Does Route 7 run through it?
No, 385.
385. Okay, that's
Yeah.
the interstate road.
Yep.
So at least the highway goes through it. So that's probably the most life-filled road in that whole town.
Yes.
Is 385.
That and Second Street.
Okay, cool.
So
All right. So
super
you
small
pretty much grew up
town.
in the sticks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yep.
And did that affect your mind at all, or did it help you make your creative side in any way, or what?
In ways, I guess. I actually graduated with 5 art credits. I was art class every year.
What, in high school?
Yep.
Cool.
And I grew up in dance classes going across the river. I spent 14 years at Sternfeld Dance Studio.
Okay.
Just tap jazz,
So you
lyrical.
dance too?
Yep.
Okay. Now you mentioned dancing before.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of dance? You say you do tap dancing. Is it now? Is part of the nightlife for you dancing as well?
When it calls for it.
Okay. And when does it call for it? And where would you be doing it?
Well, I used to do go-go dancing.
Okay.
Actually down in Providence for
Okay.
More Luck Music. I would do go-go dancing. I've danced for Rabbit Revolution here and there.
Oh, no, all right. That's
yeah,
right. That's
for
right.
anything
Rabbit
that calls for it,
Revolution.
pretty
That's your
much.
company.
Yep.
Now, are you still with them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, tell me about Rabbit Revolution. What is
Yep.
that?
We're the small production company in Boston, the
Okay.
one that works with other companies like Cicada and Flight 617. So it's a group of DJs and creative people, pretty much.
Okay. All right.
So-
And when you dance, where do you dance, and who do you dance for?
The DJs and on stage.
Okay. This is all right. This is interesting. So these were events where they play music and you get up and dance to the music. But you're part of the entertainment. You're not just the people dancing on the floor that are visiting the establishment, correct?
Just depending on the event.
I understand. Okay. Sometimes you are, sometimes you aren't. Okay. In terms of music, do you play music, sing at all? Have you ever?
I am a terrible singer, and I do not torture anyone with that.
Okay. Well, do you play any do you play instruments? Any ever played an instrument, or do you?
I used to play the flute.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can't wreck your voice doing that.
Nope.
That's cool. All right. So basically, you dance, but you don't. Have you ever done a music video?
No.
Okay. Because I heard some music in that video that I saw the other day. Okay. But now, so here, based on what you're telling me, it sounds to me like you could definitely move on in the career and do some things in film. Have you ever done anything in film before, in
No.
addition to that video that I saw the other day?
Just a similar shoot. I actually spent a year in Las Vegas where a photographer did a similar thing, like not make a little video like that, but was taking stills from a photo shoot.
Okay. And then you went to
So-
Vegas to do that?
No, I spent a year there,
Oh, you lived
living
there?
there. Yep.
Okay. So so why did you move from Athens, New York to New England? What prompted you?
At college.
Oh, what college was
yeah,
that?
I went to art school, New England Institute of Art in Brookline.
Okay, I know. My father's he's part of the board there, I think. I think he used to be, although it might be Mass Art in Boston. Okay. So you must have had fun there. Are you still there now, or did you graduate?
No, I'm actually a dropout, but I stopped going there back in 2014.
Okay.
I want to say.
Why'd you stop?
Life.
Okay.
So-
Did you think you gained anything from going there for the years you were there?
Absolutely.
Okay. So so what kind of courses did you take? Painting, drawing, sculpting?
I majored in photography.
You majored in photography. Okay. So you're behind the camera as much as you're in front of it.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about what kind of pictures do you take?
I go more for like abstract stuff or set up a set and
Okay.
shoot it as I feel like I need to.
Okay.
But I haven't picked up my camera in a while, but I do want to pick it up again and start getting back in. Like I like doing self-portraiture.
Okay.
Like, not just taking photos of me, but like lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, basically lifestyle shots.
Well, all right, it's interesting you should say that. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I had a guy in here that was a musician and a photographer, and I asked him, and I'm going to ask you, do you know what stock photography is?
Yes.
Have you ever done it? Because it sounds like that's what you like doing. Where you take pictures of things in life in motion and get paid for it because somebody needs it in a brochure or some kind of a setup, a billfold or a magazine.
Yeah, actually, I haven't thought about doing that.
Well, you should try it.
I should.
Okay,
I'll look
yeah.
into it.
It's obviously something you like doing, and what do you got to lose? It sounds like you're pretty. If you took school for photography and you must know how to do it. You must have some pretty good equipment that you use, right? And you know how to use it. Okay. You know, amateur, obviously. You wouldn't be doing it professionally. You do it for you. I mean, you do it a lot for the Rabbit Revolution.
No, I don't do it professionally though.
You don't.
No, it's
Okay.
just more personal. I know I went to school for it. I did learn a lot. I don't use it professionally,
Okay.
but I just artistically.
Okay,
I
that's
like
cool.
to say I'm an artist versus photographer or anything.
Well, would you ever think of maybe doing it as a sideline profession in addition to what you're doing now? Or would you have-
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, start your own art studio, open your own art studio.
I'd love to have one.
Yeah, you should. You should. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a building for rent somewhere that you could use. Maybe even do it out of your own home. Just a thought, but
Yeah, me and my boyfriend been trying to find a 2-bedroom place so I can have like my own studio area
Okay.
and work on projects and everything.
okay. Now, is he part of the team as well, Rabbit Revolution?
Yes.
He is. And what does he do there?
Pretty much what I do except dancing and being out in center with things.
Okay.
So he goes, he does the stage building, deco setup and breakdown, all that.
Okay.
Just no sound or music.
Okay, he does the heavy hammering and whatnot.
Pretty much.
And what about you? And you do the daintier stuff. And I don't want to call you dainty because you're not dainty, but you know what I'm saying. But you do the stuff that's probably not as physically taxing, but it's definitely work.
I would say I do the taxing stuff as well. I like power tools and stuff. I can play with them comfortably.
You can play with what?
Power tools.
Oh, you can. Okay, good. Well, that's why they're power tools. So as long as you know the safety precautions that you have to take, you should be fine.
Yes.
You're not losing any fingers or whatever. Okay. So that's part of. So setting up sets and stuff for events. Now talk about you just do this for clubs or do you do private events?
Both.
Okay. And I take it business is pretty good, right?
It's going.
It's going, okay. And how far and wide have you gone to work for Revolution?
I've gone as far as Maine.
Okay.
Like 3-4 hours into Maine for a private party to set up a stage.
Okay, cool.
So it was awesome. We spent probably 2 weeks building the stage to go up there and set it up all together.
Wow.
It was
Okay.
awesome. It came out
So have you
great.
ever built anything for a filmmaker?
Not yet.
Well, see, this is something that you might want to consider, because there's plenty of filmmaking going on in the area, and if you can make a good set, then you could actually you could really upgrade the career. And I'm not saying your career isn't great now, because it is, but you should look into that. You might want to talk to people. Do you know anybody that are making any filmmakers specifically?
Not other than Lee Visuals.
Other than who?
Lee Visuals, the one that I worked with on Sunday.
Okay, we'll talk with him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Ask
wants
him
me to do acting.
Well, did you design any of this? Well, you were outside doing that shoot, so you obviously that was Nature's design.
Yeah.
So maybe you should talk to him about possibly doing set designs for films too.
Yeah, I definitely want
Does
to.
he do a lot of film? Does he do a lot of filmmaking, or is it just videography?
Film projects.
Film projects, and that
Yeah.
might include like making short films, indie films. Okay. See, it sounds to me like there's a whole Pandora's box you could open and really pull yourself into a world of great success to a pinnacle of success you haven't even dreamed of yet because you haven't done it. And all you have to do is open your mouth and say, "Hey, Lee, listen. By the way, why don't you consider me for building a set for some of your films?" Talk to some of the independent filmmakers. And not only that, you're on Facebook. I could refer you to some people that make films, because as a talk show host, I've interviewed quite a few myself. And you could join some groups on Facebook where they make films called, like, one comes to mind immediately is Hollywood East, and this girl Erica Derrickson, who founded it. I interviewed her a bunch of years ago. She's really cool. And and also, aside from that, she's also a photographer as well. And she creates picture books. Have you ever done that?
No, not myself.
Well, you might want to consider that too. She might be able to help you out with that.
Yeah,
She
that'd
does
be awesome.
headshots and she does picture books. She loves Asia. She loves India especially. So she's gone to India and she shot pictures of the natives, of the animals, of the landscape. And when I interviewed her at her home when she was living in Malden a bunch of years ago, she showed me a book of work that she did in India, and it was amazing. It looked better than a Nat Geo book or a magazine.
Wow.
So you might want to talk to her. She's really cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, because it sounds like you have a lot of stuff at your fingertips that you could be accessing. All right. So
Yeah.
tell me what the summer looks like for you. Now we're halfway through it. What do you got going on? What does Rabbit Revolution have going on in the next few weeks?
I'm trying to think.
Okay,
We've been
take
kind
your
of
time.
quiet for a little bit, so
Okay.
I think we have. I gotta figure out what we have coming up next, actually, because I know coming into the fall, that's like our busiest time,
It is.
especially with Halloween.
Okay.
So we always do like a huge Halloween party up in Cambridge. And
Okay, but that's not till the fall. That won't be till
Yeah.
October.
So I know summer we tend to chill out because it's festival season.
Right.
Some people are called to do different festivals. I know the owner he just went down to Hydro down in New York.
Okay.
And he was at Firefly in Vermont like a couple weeks before that.
Okay.
So it's been it's hectic time.
Okay.
So I'm sure we will have something coming up very soon.
Okay. So basically, your dancing and Rabbit Revolution, they're all the same, right? So, okay. Would you ever do you freelance at all, though? Between dancing and creating stuff outside of Rabbit Revolution?
Yes.
You do.
I do.
So basically, even if they're not busy, you could be more busy.
Yes.
Okay, so you've already got that market cornered. Okay, cool. So do you have any gigs that you plan for yourself going on in the next few weeks?
One that comes to mind is it's a biodegradable glitter pool party.
Okay.
So it's a group shoot. The photographer has a pool, ton of glitter, and we're
Okay.
just gonna get crazy.
Cool. Okay. Whereabouts is this going to be?
Pawtucket.
Cool. Good. Yeah, and it could be, sounds like a city of poetry, just like Nantucket. Yeah.
I wish.
Right. You know what Tucket rhymes with, right? It's all right. We don't have to say it, but so throw a little humor in there. All right. Well, what else do you like doing? Do you like writing at all? Do you like? Have you ever written anything like short
written-
stories, poetry?
Short story.
Okay.
I call it Jane. It's about a cannibal.
Okay.
So
A
she's
female cannibal.
Yes.
Are you now? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a vegan, and quite frankly, I don't eat meat. I feel bad that animals get slaughtered. But you know something? It sounds to me like if you were a little creative with your friend Lee, you might be able to make a dark comedy out of that and star in it.
That would be awesome, actually. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah, try it.
I'm gonna
Talk
have
to
to
him
talk
about
to
it.
him, definitely.
Well, so tell me. So this is a short story. Have you completed writing it, or are you working on it?
I have not. It's been in the process. I work on it as I get ideas for it.
Okay.
I had a lot of progress done into it, and I lost the notebook that everything was written in.
You lost a notebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I
You
was,
didn't have it saved in your computer either.
nope. I was commuting back and forth, so I was writing everything down in a notebook on a train, and
On a
got
train?
lost,
Train
yep.
to where?
I was living in Fitchburg for a little bit, and I was commuting into Watertown for work when I worked up there before
Okay.
moving to Vegas.
Well, gee, that's too bad. Well, but you must have the idea down. I mean,
Yes.
So I always say everything happens for a reason. Maybe it's time to start fresh and start thinking of imaginative ways that a pretty female cannibal can survive in a non-cannibal world. And still be a cannibal.
Yes.
That might be something to think about. And
I mean, she lives in a city and she's able to get away with it.
Right.
I think one of the inspirations, it's dark, but the people that do go missing, except
There you go.
they do go fast.
I
They
love
do
it.
end up found at least, but not in the best ways.
I understand.
But
But it's unique. It's original. It's yours.
Mm-hmm.
Now expand on it. Now make it into something productive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got people that'll help you. Obviously, you got like I said, you got 1,700 plus followers on Facebook. I'm sure some
Yeah.
of them would be delighted to star in your film. I would be, but I don't do much acting anymore. I've done some acting. You ever think of doing? I'm just curious. Do you ever think of maybe doing stand-up comedy? You look like you'd be good in.
I've considered it, but once I get up there, I just feel like I'm gonna end up stuttering, and
Well, yeah, maybe you would, but maybe that would be funny.
I'd like to be a comedy writer, though. I
let's
feel like that'd be fun.
Let me ask you something. Do you have any particular stand-up comedians that you enjoy, that maybe you consider really funny above all else?
For stand-up,
Yeah.
not off the top of my head,
Uh,
because I usually
Well, you know who Sarah Silverman is?
I love Sarah Silverman.
Well, you should love her
Every
more
time I
because-
see her, in any show as a guest star, I used to love watching the Sarah Silverman show too.
I'm her cousin.
No way.
I am.
That is awesome. I love her. I've seen like her old stuff, her newer work. She's amazing.
I invited her to appear on Topic Time a couple of years ago, and when she said, when I went to see it, we had backstage passes to see her at the Schubert Theater. The Wilbur Theater, 2 years ago in the spring of 2017. And when we went backstage and we talked, and when she mentioned the name of my show, your name of your show was Topic Time, and it really rang true to me when she said that. But I mean, she knows about the show. If she's ever in the area, hopefully we'll get her on. I've had plenty of cool comedians on. I had Steve Sweeney on right here 5 months ago. What did I say?
Wow.
7 months ago. Sweeney Killing Sweeney. He's been in about 20 films.
Yeah.
I had Johnny Pizzi on, friends with Lenny Clark. I had John Parada on, and they're out in Vegas right now as we speak, performing.
Good for them. That's awesome.
Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, guess what, Jenna? We down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
Oh wow.
So we made it go by fast. What I'm going to ask you to do in the remaining time, just look at the red light in the camera and give shouts out to people that are going to see it. Not all 1,700 of them that are, but just condense them. You can talk. Say hi to your boyfriend. You can say hi to your family. Whatever. And then we'll wrap
Hi,
the show up.
Mom.
Your
Hi,
mom,
Dad.
that's fine.
Yes, my mom is a big supporter of mine, so I always have to give her a shout out.
There you go.
Even like dance classes, everything. My mom has done so much for me.
Okay.
My boyfriend, of course, Anthony, he has done amazing things for me. He's driven me to gig after gig after gig, whether it be modeling or dancing. He has set boarding corners while I work and has also held props and has had the honor of hosing me down,
There you go.
which he probably got some enjoyment
Probably
out
loved
of.
it.
Probably.
How-
My best friend Brienne,
Okay.
she's the designer of Acquired Taste Apparel.
Okay.
I love you. Sarah and Kelsey from Rabbit Revolution, my two rabbit girls. I do so much with them. They're the ones that I do the creative stuff for Rabbit Revolution with, any kind of concept, costuming, etc. Damien, the owner of Rabbit Revolution. Love you, Damien.
Wow. There you go. Well, and I just want you to, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, that if you had a good time in my show tonight, that you talk to these people, because I get a lot of guests to word of mouth. And if they like the show, and
Absolutely.
I'd love to get more guests, people like you just mentioned. And I hope you had a good time with me tonight.
Absolutely.
I hope
Thank you.
I hope we covered, you know, I got to admit, you were kind of a tough nut to crack, because I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about. But I just keep thinking, and I taking, you know, doing the clues and asking the questions, and sooner or later it all rises to the surface. Okay. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go home and you're going to start fresh with that cannibal story, and you're going to talk to Lee and maybe some people, and see about maybe putting it together, maybe doing the way I don't know how you advertise for the Rabbit Revolution, but if it's online, that's the way to trying to get people to audition for your cannibal film too, that you're going to produce. I'm counting on you to do it, because I know you're going to be great at it.
All right.
When
Thank
you do
you.
it, and it's going to be a killer film, and I can't wait to see it. And also, and going forward, keep plugging. Don't be afraid to freelance. Don't be afraid to, knock on doors. And I do it all the time for my show. You could do the same thing for yourself if you're out on the road and you got some time. And that's it.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Jenna, great job with my show tonight.
Thank you.
Again, please promote Topic Time.
Absolutely.
And are you ready to wrap it up the way we started it?
We got it.
Okay, folks, thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next time, and here we go.